So I just had a session with Reanna. She had contacted me in my comment section about like missing her hearing aids, and they're like really expensive. So she's like, I don't know what to do. Like, I've done all the healings that I can think of. Like, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? And Kate actually responded to her and was like, hey, why don't you try like going back and like seeing why they're gone, where they went to, all the things. And she went and she tried it, and she's like, I still can't find them. I don't know. Maybe I don't like them anymore. Maybe like I hate them. Like, what is it? Like, I don't know. So she ended up finally just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna book a session with Kat. So she booked a session with me, and she told me, I was like, hey, what are we gonna work on? And she's like, my hearing aids. And I was like, fuck. And I even took a screenshot of it and I sent it to Kate, and I was like, this is not like, my kid has a lost and found healing. I don't specialize, as far as I knew, in helping people find things. And so I texted her that, and I told her that. I was like, I don't have it in my toolbox. I can help you retrace your steps. I can help merge the timelines. I can try to bring it back into this reality. I can help you with that. We'll give it a try. And she's like, well, if we can't do that, we'll do this and this instead. And I was like, that's totally fine. We'll do that. So I get on the phone with her, and I was like, all right, let's merge you. I want to merge in with you and merge in with the version of you before they got misplaced. So we did that, and I was like, weird. I got a flash of a vision, and I don't really see. And it was like these tall buildings, they're tan and brown, and it looks like it's in the reflection of like a car window, like when you're getting into the car and you see it reflected. And she's like, okay, that was, at the beginning of February or whatever, I had a job interview. And I was like, okay, ask your team what's next. And then I was taken to like the dashboard. It was really dusty. And I was like, you got to do dust off healings here. And she's like, well, you can't set anything on my dashboard. Like, it's slanted. Like, and it would fall on the floor, and I've checked my car, and I said, I'm not getting anything about you putting it there. I'm getting that you noticed how dusty the dashboard was and that things needed to be dusted off, possibly from the interview. So she did that. She's like, okay. And I was like, all right, when you take them off, because, you only need them when you need them. You don't wear them all the time. And I'm like, would you ever put them in the passenger seat? Because that's what it's showing next, is that you put them in the passenger seat. And she's like, I mean, I would probably put them in the cup holder or the, like this other thing or whatever. And I was like, yeah, but if you got out of the interview and you're like, woof, would you take everything that you had, if you had multiple things, and just put everything in the passenger seat? She's like, yeah, I would do that. I'm like, all right, cool. So that's the next part that I'm seeing. Okay, go to part 2. All right, so as we're trying to find her lost hearing aids in this, trauma healing session, and she's put everything in the passenger side seat, and I'm like, all right, okay, and we're back in her body on the timelines. I'm like, all right, okay, so ask Christine to show us what's next, like what happens next. And I feel her like looking out the window, like up like that. And I was like, do you look at birds in the skies for messages and stuff like that? She's like, yes. And 2 birds means that, like it's a positive sign or whatever. And she's like, I don't know why I didn't get that job. I got lots of signs that I should have gotten the job. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So your hearing aids are on the timeline that you got the job and you didn't get the job. So there's an alignment thing here. Like, have you ever seen the movie Sliding Doors? It's an old movie, blah, blah, blah. One way it's this, one way it's that. And I was like, you do too many healings to be on your most healed timeline for it to be the wrong thing that you don't have that job. Whatever. So I was like, can you do me a favor? Can you go back and put the hearing aids in your purse? Just put them in your fucking purse. And she's like, I could. And she's like, oh, I keep my purse under my leg. I was like, just take the time to put them underneath your purse or in your purse. And I was like, now let's close up the timelines. Let's align all the things. Let's merge you back to where you belong. Let's close all dead versions of you, mend the timelines, all the things. Okay, now I want you to stand up in the middle of your room and ask your team, say, where are my hearing aids? And she did, and she energetically got pushed forward. This is a technique I use a lot when I'm trying to help my kids find stuff. And then I was like, ask again, where are my hearing aids? And then she got, pushed again forward, and then she had to go down the stairs, and she had to go to the thing, and they kept pushing her forward to look through this drawer in the kitchen. And she's like, they're not in here. Like, why would they be in here? I was like, just fucking look. I don't fucking know. Just fucking look. So then I was like, hey, can you go check your purse? So she went out to the car, because that's where her purse was. She checked her purse, looked in all the pockets, was not there. And she's like, maybe I need to look where the purse like hangs, like where it belongs. And I was like, yeah, go for it. So she went in, and as she was going in to look, and she's like, no, it's not here, it's not here, it's not here. And then she goes, what the fuck? And she starts freaking out, and she's like, oh my God, what the She's like, Kat, I can't believe this. Holy shit. And I was like, where were they? And she's like, they're on the fucking garage floor, like right there. They're like right there. No way did we just do that. And I was like, yes, that is what, like, I don't go in Lost and Find. Like, I don't go through the timelines and just yank things and pull it back. But I do know how to merge the timelines and align the timelines to make things appear in your now moment. It's really fucking cool. She has them now. That is done. And I asked her, oh, she had to do the closing statements too. And then I asked her if I could share the story, and she said, fuck yeah. So I did. And now you have heard it too.